come in 4-0. They waltzed through EG, they waltzed through Crew, and now you're wondering, okay, well, are these guys legit? I think we're going to learn that today, Dre.
Yeah, and 4 years ago, you had Vinny, Pancata, DGZine on the same team. It's crazy to see them back together now. It's something that was missed. B4 Esports was the name.
See that stun right at the very beginning.
Yeah, already some protocols in action off of some contact play in mid. But all that A space was gathered from Loud, and I mean, it's only solo Vice on this site. He needs to get out.
There's a lot of threat here, close by. Just in the vicinity. Again, DG having to take a quick step back. Sentinels starting to flood out onto the site. But they're going to find out that it's vacant. There's no one there. And the Spike and the rest of Loud are going B.
I'm already so impressed with how Loud have approached this, baiting out so much utility from Sentinels, finessing their way into this B site, and now getting aggressive positioning in the post plan.
Big fight here going the way of Kalanzine. How much more can be found? Traded right back. Pancata's in a really nice spot, but decapitated by Zelsis.
What a shot, man.
Spike still in play, a 3v3. So again, they've flipped the map. They're on opposite sides of each other now. Now you see Sentinels starting to come in towards B, with Loud holding back in spawn. DG claiming one, make that two. Zekin left in a 1v3. He's gotten one, but now the stun. Is he done? Having to push forward. A tap first in the face of the flash, has to turn it. A second one, just a threat. He's gotten it down to 1v1. Is Zekin gonna do it again? What a start! Is he gonna have enough time for the defuse though? That's the closest part! No! Heroics just a bit short for Sentinels.
Zekin with the laser-focused crosshair placement. But it's just not enough. Loud, the way they maneuvered around that utility from Sentinels and just got into these aggressive post-plant positions, catching a lot of players off guard. It's just almost impossible. I mean, Zekin almost does it here. That's the crazy thing. If anything, these are confidence kills for him alone, but already the default, the approach from Loud, it's been great. They have a good understanding of how to play against all this utility.
You mentioned the great start for Zekin, sitting at 3-0 right now with just a pistol to play around this time. On the opposite side of the stage, you've got rifles aplenty.
Bring them down.
A good C default so far. Wow, very uncontested. Trying to bait out that Vice utility, and they do just that. That orb was also gathered onto DGZ. He's getting close to that showstopper, only 4 away. If he can farm up some kills in this anti-eco, make it clean, you might have that online for the bonus.
Catch them.
But it's a stack here, Doug. All 5 members.
They just don't have the guns. And you imagine it's not going to work out. It shouldn't work out, according to conventional wisdom, and that seems to be the case.
Oh my goodness!
Checking the smoke. I mean, sure, yeah, John will get his. It's a bit of damage done here, too. DG and Pancata both weak. Again, the tapping of the door, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. Already Loud looking to fight fire with fire. They're not afraid. Yeah, it's stacked, but we have the arsenal behind us. Bang tries to do what he can there, takes out Vinny, but DGZine will get that spike planted at the end of the round on top of that kill, making him even closer to that showstopper.
Yeah, just 2 off here. As you take a look at it, again, this belabored attempt at controlling C, and then ultimately deciding to go back B.
It was a good, when they have the weaponry behind them and maybe even more utility, it's going to be disastrous for Loud.
Yeah, that spells danger.
Shadows traveling.
Banks getting up really far. Feeling some of the threat, wisely takes a step back, and Loud fill in the space.
Yeah, this is looking just like the previous round, so already Loud conditioning a lot of this C aggression. Maybe a stronger commitment this time around.
All that Vice utility will make things difficult. And now you've got the Omen TP, or Flash, excuse me, you have to get through as well.
Yes, but Doug, this is where Sentinels shine. Retaking with this composition. We saw it on Pearl. Are we gonna see it here again on Lotus?
A pop of the ult?
Oh yeah.
DG wanting to go. Flashed up. The wick is already halfway burned. How much more can he find? A satchel out. Again, finding no target, no joy.
But time was bought.
And now they're going to have to flood right back into the face of it. The stun is going to be good. Zelsis will find the first. DGC trying to hold the line. Only 1 found. Numbers still the way of the defense. This spike has been ticking for a little bit longer now. Yes, they have the numbers advantage, but time is of the essence.
Speed up.
It is brief. Pancada and Tui's brothers in arms finding two-piece. It's all going to fall into Pancada, and again, close one, but the defuse will come through this time. Sentinels are on the board.
So impressive from Sentinels. 1 second left on that defuse. I mean, that showstopper was popped to try to disrupt any type of retake, but the awareness that you have to have in order to fall all the way back and not get picked off by that, and then you go like this.
Yeah.
It looks so clean. This is the bread and butter of Sentinels. This is why they're so strong this year. Tejo makes their retakes and their sight hits even more strong.
Good job, good job.
Also, just looking at Zelsis's body language and reaction there compared to what we saw against 100 Thieves. What?
I mean,
That's a start.
you want to talk about body language, Bang is out of the server right now.
DG's going to continue to push the pace. Greeted by Zelsis.
Oh, and he gets out alive, barely. A little bit of a freeze to the round, a 1-for-1 though, all things considered with that start. I mean, that's pretty good for Sentinels. Bang got deleted.
Yeah, I'd take that any day of the week.
Yeah, and again, more proactivity. They understand how good Sen is on this retake. But I feel like Sentinels are also waiting for something like this. And what is that?
Clean out from Nere. He gets a second. Seconds pop the ult. He's gone exploring.
Full info.
A bit of a roundabout on where the last two members are. It's not even about utility at this point. They just want to find out where they are and take the fights. Pancada falls. Vinny in a 1v4 will fall.
Just absolutely smothered. Sentinels destroying Loud on yet another retake. That's 2 back-to-back, but I gotta see. What did Nere just do right there? Was that just an intuition spray through the wall? Did he see an elbow?
I think he must have seen an elbow, yeah.
Right?
Because he was playing really close up on the angle.
It's insane. That was that crazy entry, by the way. And I don't know how Zelsis gets that trade. No, it was just intuition. He just knew. Wow. That is insane from Nere. What a heads-up play. So smart, so aware. And that just busted the favor of Sentinels. They're building up a little bit of their own. And Zekken, he's sitting on that Outlaw. There's a lot of light armor on the side of Loud and no armor. Yeah, so this Outlaw is going to do some damage, man.
Oh, hey, we haven't seen Loud really have to approach around from this position where they're down. That's the only rifle they had. It's interesting that he was just going to find a pick, I guess. Try to tip the scales back in your favor.
Yeah. While all that was happening, though, when that pick happened, that A control was gathered. C orb was gathered from the side of Loud. So even though they're down, you know, disadvantageous in the economy, they're still getting something out of it. A little bit of jiggles, but that Omen teleport should get Bang out of dodge. And a lot of footsteps heard from John, but this baby door is broken. He needs to be careful.
TG's up close, the Phantom on the other side. A satchel traded for a stun and a nade. The cherry on top. Meanwhile, all attention turning back towards A with the spike in hand. Vinny looking to sink it into the site.
Spike planted.
Just on the other side here. This is big from Bang.
Yeah.
Kawanzine, that would have had to have been a ridiculous shot.
An off angle from hell.
Pancada was able to grab a weapon, but is that going to be enough to keep back this flood from Sentinels?
It's going to be so difficult. I mean, this fault line is going to be decent. A lot of players are going to get lined up in this.
Vinny's one off ult. He's got the ult now. He's going to be able to pop it off the tap. There it goes.
But it misses one.
All thrown into the sky. He's able to get another one. Is there going to be enough time bought? Pancada in a 1v3. The tap of the spike. It's on his angle, but the bullet's just barely going around him. Not able to settle the shots. The spam comes through. The defuse lands. Sentinels have the lead.
Almost another retake. 3 for 3 right now for Sentinels, though.
3 rounds in a row now. Again, a little bit pacey towards C.
Yeah, this time Tui's sitting far back. Doesn't want to get first blooded walking out of that choke. Understands the firepower of what's behind it. Tap of the door to try to bait some rotations.
But they have that cover too. I mean, John's already in Worm. You've got Zelsis, Zekken, who's really far up A. Loud don't have a lot of room to work here. They have to be able to alleviate some of this pressure.
And that's why Tui's is taking that head-to-head against Zekken, but John's already cheating back over here. And we've seen how deadly the setup can be. This Yoru flash, You can get so much value here.
Scalp spotted, utility dumped, and now the swing. Zekin not connecting. 40 seconds left in the round, though.
He's still here, Doug. Yep.
Yeah, that'll play.
He's still hanging around now. Right before that teleport timer runs out, he gets out. And why not? You're up numbers. You've won almost every single retake other than the pistol round. Play the advantage.
Yeah, live to fight another day. If they try to go B here, you got the Vice wall.
They're going to get smothered. There's already a breach here, Nere, to set up.
If they're going to try to scale again, that's been the key to success. That hit a couple of them, but not all in the smoke. It's not safe. 10 seconds left on the round. The paranoia out. The spike successfully getting planted. Now the game is afoot. Numbers the way of Loud. A 2v2 now. A messy spot to be in. Narrate. Trying to creep his way forward, looking for any target he can. Zekin's been left alone. Another moment to try to deliver heroics, and he can't. That's 3 for 2Es as Loud matched the number.
Back-to-back rounds where the breach ult missing one person defines the outcome. It's actually ridiculous what we're witnessing right now. I mean, the previous round, Vinny misses Narrate. This time around, the breach ult from Narrate misses 2Es.
And that's a difference maker.
Yeah. That is, and yeah, the Vice Ultimate's invested as well. That was a big commitment from Sentinels on this retake. And for Loud to just rip that one away, it kind of puts them back into, it brings momentum back into their favor a little bit. You could hear it in the comms, they're screaming though.
That was a big round for the fun stuff. Tied at 3 apiece. If you've just joined us, it's been a story of retakes, success on the side of Sentinels, but Loud have been persistent. And they've brought us to this tie score early on in the first half. John Q2 with ult here.
Looks like they want to do a bit of a trap setup here from the side of Sentinels. You have that Omen flash in the door by Bang. And there's that Armageddon. A freebie onto DG Zin.
I didn't know if they knew where Kalanzin was, but he's been found.
Yeah, but what else has been found is this front B space from Pankata.
There's a lot left to do, though. He's got the real estate, but he's got to be able to convert it into a success somehow. That's big out from Vinny. There's help.
Bit of an overheat.
Tap on an Narrate. I thought he was going to kill him on the second spam. No. Still a possession here as now Zekin is starting to swing things back their way. It's 4v2. The spike's still not committed. 50 seconds left in the round. And an abundance of options.
Oh, that breach stun could have been perfectly timed, but it's Zekin that gets the good timing this time around.
Yeah, and that feels like a perfect example of why when we say breach feels clunky.
Yeah.
That was it.
30 seconds left.
You imagine this is going to be a save from Pankata. Wants to keep that arsenal into the next round. I mean, if he can snag a couple kills on his way out, why not? But the economy is not looking good for Loud. Sentinels have full reset them once again. I mean, these rounds have been so close. Swing rounds back and forth. Only a Vandal save Vinny. He'll be able to buy something in the following round, maybe a Sheriff buy up for DG Zine, but that trap play from Sentinels was so clean, and you saw it set up already. The baby door broken, Tejo using the drone. Doesn't get contact there, but as soon as more utility and footsteps are heard from Bang, the Armageddon comes out, the Paranoia comes out, and you're trapped. You can't go anywhere.
Good, and he's been getting better every year. You wonder what the ceiling is for this kid.
Super impressive as Yoru. So after the timeout, looks like Loud is going back to their C default. Something we've seen in the first 3 rounds.
Wonder if they're trying to feed Vinny this orb here.
Yeah, definitely. They understand that Sentinels have been giving that. I wouldn't be surprised if Sen mixed things up, put a trap play there, maybe in the next couple of rounds. Deny that orb for future rounds.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out on that. There's still a lot of utility here. The Thorns are all here. The nade did not clear what they were looking to clear, quietly crossing on the other side of the smoke. Zekin with a lot of threat on the other side here.
Oh, no way.
Do they know? It hasn't been activated. Nothing has been caught. There's no idea. Now the Paranoia out. Zekin has to take a step back. DG's already backside. He's got the ult popped. He's going to continue to try to scale, and he does. Zelsa's now found. The side is theirs.
Jeez. Most of the time, Loud has gone C. It's been using utility very early on. A flurry of trades here, but it's a 2v4.
And again, I think we saw their Loud getting what they wanted and then scaling up.
Yeah, exactly.
Kalanzin was in their spawn.
Exactly. This time around, Loud, instead of blowing their utility in the actual mound area, They walk all the way on site, neck to neck with Zekin right there, and then they explode. I like the idea from Sentinels though. Zelsis switching up that that wall. They were aware that there could be some kind of C pressure, but they just weren't ready for what was behind it. That showstopper invested by DG Zine, the paranoia as well.
Thrifty.
And the Loud members a little too close for comfort for Zekin to deal with them. So Loud, off the timeout, they do convert that round.
You made a really good point on wondering if Sentinels would be more inclined towards fighting for some of the C space at the beginning of the round. You gotta think, if they
Time correctly.
Cutting through.
it's just so much harder to do on a 3-map site, but you're right. I think the flash certainly helps. A belter of a shot from DG's in.
Face your fear.
That, and then it's going to be a bit of a speed up here. Zelsis.
I mean, as it should. They've been able to find a crack in the window, and now they're trying to kick the damn thing down.
Just getting bombed by utility, but that Vice Wall separates everybody. Only Kawazin in the site right now.
And this is going to force a slowdown for just a bit here. Now, Loud have an option. They can stay. They still have 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the round. They could flip it.
But Vinny's holding the breach ult for the Flood. Oh, a little bit of an early investment here.
Oh, Kawazin able to get 2
Planted.
as they try to strike on the other side of the smoke.
I mean, good trade from John, but the layered utility from Loud, it's too strong. That follow-up paranoia. There were so many layers to that hold. Loud, they're not falling for that retake stuff that Sentinels has been doing. They're like, hey, we've had enough of that. The breach ult invested into water to make sure nobody walks in from there. All eyes focused on the CT smoke. I mean, Loud, they've came ready to play it here today, Doug.
Yeah, I think they have. It seems about it a couple times as to layer utility start to flood in with it. If you disrupt that from the beginning, it's never going to work.
Yeah, where DG Zin will probably pop it out, but
Whoa. Are they going to stick this TP? C is already crunched. Zelsis has nowhere to go. It's him against the world right now. Can he play off around his utility? He's been able to isolate the first. DG now dealt with.
oh, he
And there's
dodges the
plenty
paranoia.
more to come on the other side. Again, Zelsis versus the world, and so far he stands. Trying to swing out onto the third, not connecting, but damage dealt, time bought. Vinny on the swing, and now John has arrived. A couple of members of Loud remaining. Limping, sure, but they are here. Spike out of reach.
Drone is down.
And a tough spot to try to convert. Kawazin makes his best attempt to contribute and fails, leaving the situation in the hands of Tuis. Was once a youngster,
I have retrieved the
but has grown so much. But has he grown to this?
Just dodges the up-down.
Finds a brief moment of respite to get the spike down. Now still left in a 1v3. Some of the work has been done, but it just got so much harder. Sentinels once again tie us up.
Who other than Zelsis to step up for his team in a moment where he was just getting swarmed by utility, swarmed by an Omen ultimate all the way behind him, and to isolate these 1v1s and give his team a chance into getting there, getting the rotate in and making a retake?
Nice, boys.
I mean, he really did it all. He really set the tone. It's going to be an A-trap here for Sentinels. A lot of utility invested. Second, he's getting very aggressive. He dodges that Cypher Cam as well.
But they've got to suspect somebody's here, right? Surely DG can't see a damn thing. Narrate falls. Are they expecting John here? He's found the tiniest sliver of safety.
Exactly where you are.
Now has to give the position up. There's no running from that.
C-site is open, but everything was seen from the side of Loud. That Cypher ultimate. It's false information, though. The double back call from John QT in this moment is so good.
Right there.
That's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
How much
Kawazin.
do they bite on this? Because, yeah, Kawazin's making a load of noise, see.
They're not falling for it, Doug. Look at the minimap right now. 3 members towards this A site. This is the best chance Sentinels have being down a man.
Seconds pushing forward, spotting one member. Not connecting yet, dancing left and right, trying to hide, survives.
Happy feet.
Lives to fight another day. Meanwhile, Tui's not nearly as fortunate. DG pushing into the smoke, and he's dropped. They've swung things back in their favor.
Oh my goodness.
This was a 5v4 that they have snatched back.
Loud have crumbled in this round.
But the work's not done, is it?
Spike planted.
The spike's still planted. They're not out of the woodworks yet. Counting in a really good spot. Celsius weak. One down.
Where are you?
Seconds Justice 4 off, though, off the swing. He's not able to draw the gun quickly enough. Now Vinny left in a 1v3. Spots one. Still more work to be done. Remember, Second is so weak. But it's not enough. Another defuse comes through, and again, another lead change.
Vinny's had clutch moments before against EG, but this time, the IGL v IGL John sits him down. And what a comeback to the round that looked like Loud were just in control of from the start.
One enemy.
The way that Zekin was dancing around that door, not getting taken out. I mean, he almost gave Kaplan a heart attack, but
I think you have something figured out. Another wrinkle is thrown into the ploy. And this time, it's Counting with an Ares.
get some good damage as well.
Find you.
Zekin sitting at 60 HP, but with what we saw him do last round, I mean, he's a tough cookie to crack.
Cover going out.
It is going to be a B execute here from Loud. A lot of members here from the side of Sentinels. Those satchels were less than ideal, but it gets the job done. The space is gathered. Lucky no one was out in the open to pick them off.
A deep trip in an attempt at planting the spike. Vinny will be 2 away from his ult here.
3 members of Loud in that baby door. There is a Cypher trip set up here as well that could do some damage later in the round.
But he's playing ahead of the trip. He's got to give some of this space up.
Might be a bait.
You are flirting with fire, son.
Oh,
Fully flashed, still gets a kill. Now dropped.
trip connects.
There's that trip that we were just talking about. Pancata and Tui is able to drop second and narrate. Now Pancata continuing to push forward. Snaps onto John, snaps onto Bang, and again, a tie.
Sight with the infinite utility that you have.
Right.
So I'm expecting a lot of that. That's the power in the Yoru. You can TP out of a lot of this crazy stuns or tether nades that can happen. Zekin already trying to dance with fire over here towards that A side default. And everybody else just holding.
It's interesting, John dropped his missiles right outside of B main at the very beginning of the round, and they're still looking at it. Almost convinced that there would be a swing there.
Rightfully so. I mean, 3 members were geared up towards there for the side of Loud. It's a full retake on this C site with only a cam there. Orb is gathered by John. Already putting an emphasis on that Teo ultimate. We've seen how good John can be. The Michael Bay of Teo. He's the director on this agent.
Worth noting here, too, 5 ghosts on the side of Loud.
Yeah, not a lot of utility.
I mean, they are shooters.
Yeah.
And so you go, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
This is a smart pistol round from Sentinels. Denying info at A, taking all that space. It does prompt a bit of a speed up from Loud. This is the protocols from either end right now. John, he might get cut off here.
They're playing him like puppets on strings, but you're right, John's gonna get caught on the swing.
Good proactivity from Loud in mid. Yeah, the rotate's very late. Sentinels are gonna have to take space. Deep CT try to even the score.
They're playing really deep here.
Yeah, they're all corralled back here though, and there's a breach at the other end of this, Doug.
I think they're gonna want to scale into spawn and then potentially flip through.
Oh, they gotta be careful here though.
No, instead they're digging their heels in. They're choosing to stay.
They're just gonna fight.
Spamming through the smoke. Zekin looking to find another one for free, and he does.
It's bloody murder.
2 left. What can DG and Vinny do? Side by side, trying to attempt this retake. From spawn, gets the best of Zekin. Still plenty of work to be done, though. 2 classics on the other side, but light armor.
It's not planted for them.
Vinny, he's gotten it to half. He's gotten it to half. There's the swing. The flash comes through, and the round for Sentinels.
Celsius and C-Site, he's clutching again and again, Doug. It comes down to this man right here on your screen. And he stepped up to the plate like crazy.
All missiles away.
Those are those missiles you saw in the beginning, some going towards C as well, trying to thwart any type of aggression. I like the proactivity from Loud off of that A default when they kind of get denied info over there. But the way flank, they understood that that breach fault line in CT, it's very strong.
Marshall for second here in the second round of the half.
Yeah, and a fast approach out A as well. Testing the waters here, getting a little bit more confidence. See what kind of utility is thrown.
It is there. He hasn't found it yet, but it is there.
Certainly, and he gets to just prod in here. Cam will be tapped maybe after some sound is made. Zek is just messing around over here with the Marshall. Gets the orb for free. No tap of the Cam still.
Come on, man.
There it is. Caught in 4K.
Removal of the dart, though. I think for Sentinels, they haven't invested a ton on this side.
And this is something that Zelsis is so good at doing. When contact has been made on one side of the site, he goes hunting, he goes fishing. And he just weasels his way in, Doug.
Are they going to take the bait?
But it doesn't matter, because even if he sees 3 here, he's going to call his team to go A.
No, but he whiffed it. Oh, he whiffed it. He made a mess of it.
All good. You still have the numbers advantage. 4v2 on the A site. It's all part of the master plan. An absolute cinema.
Paranoia out. They're going to continue to scale. 2 East Falls.
Good delay, though.
13 seconds left.
Oh my God, the nade!
A second attempt.
Seconds left.
Finally
Planted.
succeeding. But it's gone down to a 3v3. This has already gotten way too messy. Couple of members weak. DG has a Sheriff.
Oh my, 2 members are 1 shot. No.
Potential to steal the round away. What can Loud do? Can they turn this into magic?
Player standing.
Does not seem to be the case unless Pancata can do it on his own. And the no-scope from Zekin will seal the deal. Sentinels get to 8.
Very labored. But it almost got the job done.
They're just so uncomfortable on the site.
Absolutely. We'll be
bit
fire
of-
with fire here.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy start towards A from both sides, and DG lights him up. That's 3 on the round for him.
And he wanted more.
Vinny having to take a step back as he's peppered. Worse for wear, 21 HP.
Cover going out.
And Sentinels find themselves in a bit of a mess. Bang is weak.
You have 2 of the most clutch players on the Sentinels roster with 1 minute on the clock to do what they want to do. Bang. I think there may have been a shoulder scene right there from Kawazin.
A
But
tap.
this-
Going out.
Yeah, the tap of the door, too, will confirm. Creeping forward, playing things as quietly as he can. They've got to find a way to try to get this back to equal footing. Yeah, they've gotten the spike down. But there's a flank that's going to be coming in from Pancata through the southern side of the map.
He second guesses himself.
This is taking a long time, Dre.
Yeah, they're Louder's so cautious right now. But Bang and Zelsis, they're so clutch.
Big from Celsius. He's not going to get challenged again. The spike has been ticking for a long time. They've got to accelerate here.
This 1v1 is what it comes down to right here.
Player standing.
That's 1 found. Banks got to get this kill. He's able to get 1. Those are a couple more on the other side. Kawazin will swing and clean him up. And now the defuse.
Yeah, it seemed very scary, but I guess Loud, they were very calm and composed during that entire time. That 1v1 that Pancata won against Zelsis.
That was it.
Yeah, that was really what made the difference there. Because, yeah, with that time ticking, it could have gone in favor of Sentinels. And listen, Doug, there's a lot of questions from everybody, Doug. A lot of questions from everybody. Is DG Zine just an op 1 trick? Yeah, forget an agent 1 trick. Forget about a Jet. Is he an op 1 trick? Stepping up huge here, showcasing his rifle skills. That 3K, it was snappy, man.
There was never any question of that guy's mechanical skill when he was on the stage and when he took the year off, but he's back now. A very aggressive play towards B, and again, this is going to be a mess. They're all huddled in here. The rocket deals a little bit of damage, but it does not find lethality. Meanwhile, Sentinels on the other side. The counterpunch connects. You've got to be careful here, though. Pancata again on the prowl. Wise to it, though. Zelsis was covering the flank. Now all eyes towards A.
And 2 trips, also a Cypher Cam here as well. Sentinels, they're going to have to just disrespect this. They have to just speed up into sight here. The more time they waste, the more time Pancata is allowed to flank.
There's just so much utility, as you mentioned, that they're going to have to navigate through and circumvent.
Oh, they've done just that as well.
Planted.
Now this flank is absolutely useless from Pancata. post plant. 3 players in tree. Narrate the solo on site. A great paranoia on the top of the door.
Makata looking for a target, looking for a scalp to claim.
Great smoke.
Meanwhile, they've been stuck on the other side, and Kalanzine! Oh, it's a mess! Narrate can still secure the round off the stun. There's the swing, he finds one. Backs against the wall, can Narrate respond? Can he contribute? He's gotten it down to the one that remained, and he cannot hold on. Kalanzine, what was that? Fourth Affair continues to deliver. It's a gift that keeps on giving, 8-8.
What a banger first match so far. A lot of utility here invested from Sentinels to take this C space. Something we haven't seen yet. A very aggressive trip and a spam.
These Pugnacious protocols are not working out for Sentinels. So much found. And again, Sentinels are forced onto this back foot.
I must wait a moment.
Still early days in the round, but it feels they've invested this ult. They've got a flank coming around the other side. And they still know. Zekin's able to trade it for one, yes, but there's so much more left to do. The Prowler, Loud, it's not enough. Loud take the lead back.
And you love to see it, that trap play from Loud onto the C mound area, that deep trip right on the ground. Tui's gets a free spam, but the follow-up, Doug, from Kalanzine, that fade eye, that is insane. That was thrown from B site, Doug. That's a lineup from B site.
Last player standing.
What a sick play.
Okay, done.
You can't do anything about that if you're Sen. Yeah.
Cover going out.
I mean, this is a tough map to op on as well, so we might not even see it at all on this map, but you're definitely going to be seeing it on Pearl. We know that as a fact.
You know, Makata's there. Speeding up towards C once again.
Yeah, but another change of a trip here.
This is 5 stingers. I mean, they're wanting to get up close and personal. They're wanting to get past all of this utility and try to take the fight to their doorstep.
It's just disgusting. These Cypher trips are dismantling Sentinels like Kalanzine running through.
Stinger's just not connecting. And again, Sentinels are in a spot where they're fully surrounded. You got 2 towards spawn.
Last player standing.
You got 2 on the other side as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, man. I mean, we've seen him here before, but he only took out 2 previously. He's going to have to take out the entire squad of Loud, and he cannot do that here. Tui's will clean up the round. That's 10-8 now for Loud.
And 4 rounds in a row.
Ridiculous. The
Now
last 2 rounds, a free. It's not really getting as much value.
There's a lot towards A here for Loud.
Yeah, bit of a gamble here from Loud. Opting to play that full retake C. Info will be gathered now from John QT with that stealth drone being used. And I mean, they're just running it down. See, they're playing the odds. Okay, you stuffed us there twice. Surely not a 3rd time. There's that Yoru clone this time, baiting out the Cypher trip. So, being a little bit more methodical on the entry is Sentinels.
If they try to fight this out from C, they have the tools to do it, Dre. They have Narrate's ult, they have John's ult too.
Oh, this breach ult could be very juicy for Narrate.
Do they know they're there?
Oh, the tap of the door though.
There it is, Rolling Thunder invested. They've also got the Teho ult used. Vinny's the first claim, the paranoia not connecting, but the smoke to provide a little bit of cover. They gotta try to flood out. DG plucked from the sky.
Oh, they're stuffed.
There's no way for them to get in.
They can't do anything. Right now, if you're Loud, you go for every exit you possibly can.
And now Tui's has been dealt with from defender spawn.
Yeah. If there was a Teho utility kill counter, I think John would have the most. Don't fact check me on that, but I feel like he really does. It seems like it. Every time I see this guy, he gets a kill with it. But yeah, that Armageddon as well. A great reaction. I think actual chance.
They've gotten back up to 9. Still 1 round separating these 2 teams. On a map that has had 6 lead changes so far. There might still be more.
That's how close it's been. We do finally get to see the operator out of DG's in. This is a very aggressive angle. And there's a breach to follow it up. C utility was used very early on for Sentinels. Nothing behind it, though. Pancata, he does slip a little bit ahead of the mound area. He's got to be careful here, though. If utility is invested from Sen, he might not be able to get that TP off in time.
This is a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, you got to get out now.
Yeah, they're so diligent in their approach, man.
Very
a little
smart.
bit of laziness, and maybe you don't clear that, he gets one.
There's
But
the lurk.
That's big, too. I mean, you were just talking about how part of the success for Sentinels is you can't be in a numbers down situation early. What? Instantly equalized, though. Big from Bang. And now they can turn their attention towards C. The spam not connecting. 10 HP for the controller as he TPs onto the site. Vinny has his ult. How are you going to retake with an op in the hands of DG, though?
I don't know, you got to swap it out.
Rolling Thunder invested. They really did not have a chance to settle. Second is gone unchecked. He wasn't hit. Able to get one onto Kawanzin. Narrate on the swing. The spike has been planted, and now
He still has a flash.
There is a question that Loud have to answer. Do they fully commit to this? Do they try to save? The money's not great. A big swing out from Narrate. Traded right back, though. 3v2, they continue to knock. But the door has been slammed shut. And again, we are tied.
And the operator just got no value in this round whatsoever. There wasn't anybody to follow up off of that Breach ultimate. And yeah, it missed again. One player being the key difference maker, dodging the Breach ultimate, killing everybody in water. I like the idea from Loud, Breach ulting the site, maybe trying to force them back into that operator of DG's in who was tapped. DG a little bit closer now. Maybe gonna peek a little more aggressively with the Sky Dog in front beat. A lot of spam.
With confidence and conviction, Sentinels push towards C. Second the tip of the spear, and yeah, he gets beat up a little bit, but they've gotten the space they wanted.
And I wonder now, Doug, if Sentinels are gonna tap on this door, re-clear that front B space. Maybe at the same time as they walk all the way back. Footsteps were heard. Kawanzin heard Zels has put that wall up as well. This is all signs leading to C right now. DG Zin is gonna have to go huge here.
The clone attempting to forge a path, and Pancata swings on Zekin. Again, absolute filth, but still more to be done. Repositioning and looking for more, another lease at life. Meanwhile, Kawanzin make things really uncomfortable for Narrate as he tries to dance around the mound. Finds a kill onto Kawanzin. Vinny on the swing, he will fall as well. Another claimed by Narrate.
There.
And another round where this operator has seemed to not get any value. He's getting triple swung, but it's the quick scope.
It's not done yet, only one found. Narrate with 3. Pancata on his own. Started the round, on to Zekin. He's gotten it down to 1v1, and Narrate saves the day for Sentinels. 4 apiece as Sentinels take the lead again.
Saves the day indeed, getting 4 into the round. He killed 2 by himself on the flank. So much utility being thrown at him, but he was calm, collected. He racked up the headshots. Nice attempt from DG Zine. That's the only value he's gotten from that operator. He had to jump operator somebody down. And a little bit of hype now from Sentinels. That's scary. When they get going, it's full steam ahead.
And going they have gotten. That's 3 rounds in a row for Sentinels. They've taken the lead back. Now the 7th lead change in this one map. This back and forth affair has been a treat to watch if you're not a fan of either team. But it's been nothing but stress and heart attacks for those who are.
And it's been nothing but C hits for success for Sentinels.
If it ain't broke. Again, they will test the waters here.
You can't even get into the site. You can't play in it. You can't flood out. Sentinels force you to play retake. And their post plants are so damn good.
Vinny is a sheriff and Kawanzin is a Bucky.
Yep. I mean, they have to buy every single round after this too.
Planted.
You'd imagine how things have gone historically.
Excuse me? That's 1.
Forget what I was saying.
That's 2.
Oh my. 3,
Player
4.
They've taken this back.
Off of the Bucky, man.
They didn't have the weaponry.
What is this series, Zelsis? He has no chance here.
But honestly, weaponry be damned.
Wow. Just one spot left unchecked, and Kawanzin fills the gap. The perfect Bucky headshot. I mean, a one pump. It doesn't get more satisfying than that. Pankata just in.
Out here, Kawanzin is one off of his ult too. I wonder if there's a set piece to try to get him the orb.
Yeah, it looks like they were thinking about it at the start of the round.
Vinny's alone.
One is not good for Vinny. Second, what a nice shot, and he's out. So now the defense is spread thin. John QT, he's able to maneuver, bait out rotations already. DG's in, cheating over towards that A site. I mean, Lotus right now for Sentinels, it's theirs.
It's a one map. It's a one site map right now for them. Again, they're back C. Second's got to be careful.
Yeah, but if you can get another one here.
There's a lot of threat on the other side. Two found.
Here's the speed up into C. It's all up to Pankata here. What can he do? How long can he delay?
The Paranoia will buy a little bit of time as he tries to TP to safety and does.
Does a great job.
Celsius is in a good spot.
Wow, another head-to-head one. That's the second 1v1 Kawanzin has shut down Celsius in.
And so again, the numbers deficit situation for Sentinels, and it just went from bad to worse. Loud knocking on the door of map point. Narrate left in a 1v4. Doesn't even have the spike. He's gonna frag his way through this. He has no choice. Not offered any other opportunity. Just waiting to see if anyone's foolish enough to make a mistake, a slip. But it does, again, not look like that will be the case. Loud are the first to 12.
Doug, it looks so promising at the start of the round for Sentinels. Zekin gets the pick onto A, but then he stays for too long. Too many 50-50s after your man up. This 50-50 right here, it defines the round. It gives Kawanzin the fire that he needs to just destroy Sentinels. A bit of an overheat. Overcooking a little too much. And now a double operator, Doug.
And it's going to be on opposite sides of the map. 2Es with one, DG with the other. No, DG used his ult in the last round, but Kawanzin has his. Tap of the door, an aggressive line taken, and once again, all eyes towards C. Celsius is going to be controlling the flank. He's been patient, but now he's been found. He's been had.
Yeah, he's fished out right now.
Wisely takes a step back, but with an op on the other side, it's danger.
And a spam kill on the bang.
The Rolling Thunder will try to forge a path out onto the site. They've invested a bit more ults on the back of the site as well. Numbers the way of the defense. And the spike still hasn't really made its way out. It's been labored. It's been difficult to get through, but they find clarity in the Calamity. Things slow down, and now space is theirs to take. DG with the op, a turn of the flash, a second swing back. Now stunned again, taken off the line, and third time is best. He gets the last kill. Loud take Lotus. What a map.
Entire game.
Tejo's C, can Loud do it again? They were able to figure out how to get a win against the Tejo comp without running one on Lotus. We'll see if Pearl tells a similar story. Loud on the attacking side, a little bit of a exploratory mission towards the middle of the map and up towards Art. It's not a split though.
Yeah, this already looks like the last pistol they ran on Pearl. And they lost, they got demolished here in Art.
Watch that flash. There it is. DG has to accelerate and still gets the kill on his Celsius. Traded right back though from John as he takes a step back and takes another with him.
But the explosiveness right now from Loud. All the meanwhile, Pankata, he's now creeping up C-long. Narrate, gets some info. But this is a free C site currently. Sentinels, they're gonna have to regroup, get together, try to get some nice shots here with those ghosts that they have. Zekin and Narrate. Zekin, we saw him get 3 in the previous pistol on Lotus. All headshots. He's gonna have to step up huge here. Loud, they're playing this so cautious. It's honestly buying a lot of time for Sentinels to get into good positions for this retake.
Well, I mean, Sentinels have to go slow here. There's no idea on where the other members are, and you know they're outnumbered. Note here, a clean bill of health for both the Duelist and the Initiator.
Yeah, Kawanzin also has that light armor. It's gonna take 2 bullets to take him out at least.
Surely you're not expecting him here. You've been spotted, you've been stunned, and now the swing impending. Pankata's shoulder.
Good jiggle.
Has been seen. Off of it. The clone is so good, but again, he still can't find the kill, and all this is doing is buying time. Sentinels have to accelerate here, and now they're going to have their attention divided. I said one way, I said another. Zekin in a 1v3, he's gotten it down to 1. It's just not enough. He was way too weak.
They tried their best. Pancata, he's just too sharp. 5-0 in first kills, first deaths on the last map. He closes this pistol round out, but Loud again. They get the first blood and the trades to follow up. They had 16 first kills on Lotus, Doug.
That's ridiculous.
Sentinels had 8. And I remember John Q to 100 Thieves on that split. We were playing like boys on that last map. Let's play like men now. How many times can that speech work, though, before you just have to play like that from the start?
I think it also was a frustrated look out from Kaplan is Loud. Just really highlighting the gun difference here. TG able to get 2, make that 3. A classic.
It's so
just
reminiscent of the Lotus too, right? When there was a stack in C, right behind the smoke, but they just get sprayed down.
Yeah, the classic just really whimpers in the face of a Vandal in a situation like that. But yeah, it was frustrated from Kaplan. You heard in the interview with Liz in between maps, like they need to play like this is the same game that they play in practice every day. And there's no excuses. Their team that has stage experience, things like that, is just a very different tone out from their head coach.
I mean, they really curated one of the best rosters, I think, out of any of the teams in VCT. You pick up one of EMEA's best players in Narrate. I mean, yeah, he was in NA before, but you bring him back. He had such a strong performance in EMEA. You bring Bang, who's one of the best controller players in NA, hands down. No question about it. A little bit of whiffage, Tui's will get the job done, but then you have Loud, who brings back stragglers, people that have been brought down to the gulag.
You're right, though. I think the Sentinels roster was built to win, right? Like that was the intentions behind these pieces that they put together. And again, Kaplan's a man wears his emotions on his sleeve at times, and you know what he's thinking and how he's feeling. So
seems to be this year slow starts for Sentinels. But one round, one eco, something of the sorts, it can really just bring Sentinels all the way back. And once they get the ball rolling, that's when you see this crazy type of comeback. Still very early on in this map. This first gun round should shape up how the rest of this half will go.
Loud is making a lot of noise towards B, but you take a quick look at the minimap, they're not all there. Really just intended to manipulate rotations, draw them back.
And what have we seen so far? We've seen a heavy mid geared up pistol. We've seen a lot of pressure on A on the anti-eco. Now, all this C space gathered, drone invested. 3 members are stuck here at B. You look at the minimap, everyone on Loud already leaning towards that A site. This is great IGLing from Vinny.
Zekin's in a tough spot here. This 1v1 is big. And he stands and he delivers. Now you expect the acceleration out to rotate, but keep a close eye on the mini-map once again because it's Kalanzine who's going to be looking to do what Pancata could not. And Zekin, again, is wise to it.
So aware.
Eyes on the back of his head. He knows where the threat's coming from. Dart be damned, ignoring it in the face of it. Gets a kill on the Kalanzine anyway. Now is able to TP away. Threat dealt with. Numbers their way. DG in the face of all that utility. You've got the stun, you've got the drone, you've got a barrage headed your way. And still trying to navigate and dance around that. Required to do a fancy little 2-step. Face of the flash, Vinny on the turn, still healthy enough to fight. 1 kill for 1. And those numbers do not add up when you're down in a situation like Loud were. Sentinels were on the board.
Zekin is him. All that damage he just did in A main. The pre-fire on the Kalanzine. Kalanzine was a player in the last map who was winning so many of the head-to-head 1v1s. This time, even with scans on Zekin, he gets taken out by a pre-fire. And this is something that Sentinels are so good at, is anchoring this A site. There's so many angles they approach you from. If you don't have that A main control, it just adds another one to the mix. Astra Stars then sneaking back into sight. B pressure again from Loud. KO the only one outside of A. He's going to use this knife, try to get some info. He already used it. Right now, the defense holding their ground, not biting on anything.
Yeah, they've really only seen what they saw, the knife and then the dart, which is very similar. This is the same look that Sentinels saw in the previous round. Loud are showing the exact same thing. And so we'll see if this 3-1-1 default continues for Loud.
Yeah, another 50-50, this time a flash.
It's the same look, but this time, as you were saying, he's got a flash to try to tip things back his way. Zekin dancing around, he's got utility to help. That's another 1v1 going the way of the duelist.
Okay, Doug, he's truly had enough. He's taking things into his own hands. He gets flashed off that line, he still stays and fights that.
That's what you want out of your duelist. Meanwhile, Loud now choosing to accelerate and go back towards B. You got DG who's already dashed backside, but Celsius is gone unchecked! Kawanzine still snaps on him though, finds a kill, and it looked free! DG continuing to push up, Phantom in hand, Zekin on the swing, and that's another head claimed. A massive round out from Loud.
And I don't even know how that's even possible in the first place. What is that flick from Kawanzine on this Zelsis? Zelsis gets so many kills like that, playing on the edge of a smoke, but to get flicked in that manner, also facing, it's been nothing short of spectacular. So this time, there's gonna be backup in A main. They've had enough of Zekin being here. It's a dash, dagger, suck play.
And bring it a little bit more muscle.
They truly were like, yo, if you're gonna stay here, we're gonna try to punish you. Wise of Zekin not to play in the same spot, but the economy of Sentinels, it got broken in that last round. Everybody on Sheriffs. A quick TP out of mid. But another stack from Sen towards this A site, and Loud, they seem to be running into him. Right. The first time around, it was a spam through the smokes. This time Sentinels are playing way more back. And in these positions, I mean, you can really pincer the attackers. Rockets can isolate. You have a lot of stuns. You already have a tether lineup coming out here. Loud needs to be very careful. That's a great entry from Tui's.
Stars go down, the utility goes through, and Loud go forward. But the thing is, they haven't really made their way out of main yet. That choke has gone uncleared. Zekin's able to get one, though. But Loud persistent in their approach, continue to push the pace, continue to move forward.
Enemy remaining.
And the lighter defense from Sentinels there will crumble. Didn't have the guns, they had the numbers, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, you don't have the Phantoms to really get what you want to do, spamming through that smoke. It was a nice headshot by Zekin with the Sheriff. He's really came online. But I have to say it, Loud have done their homework, and it is showing right now. The contact into Art here, getting that pick, and not just running out with the first layer of utility on the attacking side. They baited out so much of that defensive utility, the Fade Eye, the Teho missiles, and then they regress, use those guns to their advantage. It's very smart fundamental play right now from Loud. Here's that dash play again.
Aggressive, they're investing a lot behind this.
Oh, what a connection.
Dropping John, and the Blades are looking for more, but he's been sucked into place. Now being able to accelerate and go again, he just waltzes into his death. Narrate is there. He's gonna pop his ult, and it's gonna connect on a couple of members. All three, there's one missing. But how do you navigate through all of that info in such a tense moment? Kawanzine strikes on to Narrate.
And now that's B-side completely open. Vinny calling a freeze to the round. Zekin, he's regressing into A main.
He's got to be careful. Cannot overextend.
But look at how deep Kawanzine is going. He's going to creep by water. He hears the rotate. Zelsis.
Like two ships in the night. Oh, only one of them knows more than the other.
What great IGLing right now. You dagger the site. It hits Zelsis in that moment, I believe.
Kawanzine is still in that position that you mentioned here. Zelsis running over. That's as free of a kill as you're going to get. 3 on the round for Kawanzine. Zekin in a 1v3. Gets his one. Still a winnable situation here. Can he convert?
He has to convert.
Spike planted.
It's a big ask. Note here, Vinny is weak. Pancada stands with him though. Second with so much to do, carefully, meticulously clearing every single angle, every single corner. He's got to speed up, though. Time is not on his side. Off the tap, he spots one. Still no idea where the other one is. Vinny biding his time, waiting for the swing. Knife out. He's got to reposition. Spotting the other. Now has idea on where both of them are. But it's too much to deal with. I'm out.
I don't know. You don't really have that big of an investment. This time, Cypher in a main with a deep cam. He will spot Zekin out. And he wants none of that smoke. He knows how that fight has gone. Playing so far back. Dagger.
Remember here, that knife has shown A at the beginning of almost every round, so this is a different look.
Yeah. It's a heavy lean right now towards B.
Trying to proc the wall.
Yeah, great bait of the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, really the way that Loud have approached dealing with the Sentinels utility, they've exposed the big flaw. And they're waiting now for a set play. Doug, they're waiting for that set play that Sentinels threw against 100 Thieves with the Tejo missiles onto pillar and backside.
That's the cue for them to go. The ult has been popped from Vinny, and now they can move towards B. Remember here, the gun's not great. Any damage is well spent. That's a big one out from Bang. Off the flash, the swing from DG as he continues to go back sight and claim names. That's all three. Narrate once again in a 1vx. That feels borderline impossible.
I mean, the human aimbot, he's locking on with no hesitation. He's really, really stepped up his rifle play here. All that time spent in tier 2. Finally gets a chance again.
30 seconds
With a team
left.
no other than Loud. One of Brazil's finest over the years. What a resurgence from DG Zine. We saw glimpses of what he was capable of on Furia. But he has stepped it up to another level, Doug.
Here's an adaptation, an op in the hands of Zekin. It's just hard. I mean,
Already gets baited out.
yeah, he's already pushed off the angle.
What do Loud decide to do off of this information, though? Don't have another chance with the drone, at least, to clear that. But this gives confidence. 2 Pancata, 2 Tuis to start trickling forward, clearing out some of the other space. I mean, they have so much map control right now, and Zekin, he's staying towards his B site.
John has ult. Loud, with none to speak of.
And this is where Bang shines. This is where Bang needs to step up and be that site anchor we know he can be.
He's got help here, too. But can they wait this out? John's able to get the first. The spam on a DG's in.
Ridiculous spam kill.
The spike's still not made its way out of ARP, but the reinforcements have arrived. Keep a close eye on Tui's on the minimap. He wonders again, it's on the flank. Kawanzine falls. Tui's, if he plays his time right, he had it, but Zelsis a step ahead, 2 steps ahead.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
And they've been picked apart this round. You imagine there will be a change on the approach from Loud because it seems like Sentinels have figured that out. A flawless one as they get to 2.
At this time, Sentinels not dropping early, playing that full retake, committing to it at A. John, I don't know how he gets that spam kill. Maybe just knows the pathing of DG Zine on this A exec.
Yeah, heard the dash, whatever it was.
That's
you're
a
right.
hard read. He spammed the top of sight right there, and bang. He's so good at aim. And now we have Loud going back to that default with the KO dagger in A main.
Time to jump.
Doesn't connect onto Zekin. That should be a good picture painted for where their operator could be. And I cannot believe he just did that with a Phantom.
I was about to say that. That was a Phantom from another map over. But Zelsis, able to counter.
He felt himself a little too much there, Doug. A little way too big of an overheat.
DG traded back. And they call freeze to the round again. You know, you mentioned it a couple of rounds ago, but the calling from Loud has been spectacular.
Yeah, Vinny crept all the way into A main. He's confident in taking all that space because he knows Zelsis isn't, or he knows that Zekin isn't on the other end. A bit of a double dip here. Oh, Kawanzine. I almost would have rather him be seen by that, but the reason why he's not is because it's A fake right now. Everyone is actually geared up towards B. John,
They're already rotating back towards B. They already know it's a fake. The utility from KO was not enough to draw the veil over their
30
eyes.
seconds left.
Sight will be given here, though. Vice ultimate in the hands of Zelsis. John, he's sitting on the Armageddon as well.
Spike
All of
planted.
Elbow will be blown up right now.
You've got to keep a close eye on Vinny. He's in a position too. He can scale all the way in through water. Ultimate's now used. First the Cosmic Divide, then the Vice ult. And there's Seho's ult too. Again, chaos on the site. Sentinel's able to get a couple, and it's all falling onto Vinny. He was the last man at the scene, and it was just a moment too late.
Good patience on that retake from Sentinels. This time not jumping the gun. I thought John was gonna invest that Armageddon in Elbow like he's used previously. There's that insane shot. And the overheat. But the Armageddon to push out everybody from that pillar area, flush them out, all out onto site.
Nice.
That's
Good job.
exactly the fights that Sentinels were looking for on that retake.
Yeah, it feels like the first time we've had that. And so Sentinels seem to have found some sort of footing. They've inserted Zelsis in a really aggressive angle. So yeah, they know Zekin's there, but are they diligent enough to clear that? The thing is, he could be behind pillar, but they know. He's been mollied out, he's been found, he's been had.
What a great trade from Zekin, though.
And once again, Loud will slow the round down.
So risky of Zekin to jump back on top of that box in the face of, what, 3-4 attackers.
But is that not the conversation Kaplan was having? Right? You're right, it's risky,
Yeah,
but
he
that
had to.
risk countered it.
Yep. Everybody from the side of Loud geared up towards this A main.
They haven't really shown much either, but once again,
It's bang.
with help here, it's not just him. He's got reinforcements. He's got Narrate and John here.
He's just so good at anchoring. Look at all the delay he's done. He's snuck into pit again.
Well, and it's not just that, too. They dropped a suck, they dropped the salvos,
They dropped the stun.
and so that's going to give him a little bit more room to come back up off the side of that ult. Uncomfortable. Loud are not able to get settled in.
So much pressure being applied by the spam of bang.
This push and pull continues. 20 seconds left in the round. No real time to go anywhere else.
And you still have your ultimate.
Oh! Spam
Bang,
through
it's
the
taken
smoke.
out.
Bang falls. Kalanzin gets 4. When the heck did that happen?
He wants it. He wants the ace. Is he going to hunt for it?
He's got the op in hand. There's really no reason not to.
Get out of there, Zekin.
Kalanzin trying to hunt him down. Knows they're nipping at his heels.
I mean, he's already getting flushed out. Look at the minimap Pancata is wrapping all the way behind.
They're trying their damnedest to get this weapon out of their hands. And they might just succeed.
They're trying to feed it to Kalanzin. He baits out the shot with the jump spot.
Pancata will steal it away, but Loud will get to 7. And I think more importantly, they're going to have to reinvest into the ult if they want, or the op, excuse me, if they want it again.
The good thing for Sentinels is with that string of rounds that they got, he will be able to buy up at op for at least one more round. That was a great trade. Bang. I mean, unlucky, bro. Kalanzin, good awareness on the spam there. He held down that pit area just by himself.
Op again online. They've reinvested into it. And this time it's a much more aggressive angle. Remember, it's been passive, but this time he's crept up. No damage dealt?
Can't hit the mark. Drone as well to flush him out even further. So methodical right now from the side of Loud. Pushing this operator back. This is the first time we've seen this aggressive of a mid lurk. Zelsis, you need to be careful, but what is the timing?
They
It
both
doesn't
looked
matter.
away. They both looked away at the wrong time, and now the ult has been invested. Now they're going to dash out onto the side. Now they're going to be able to get the spike down, and now again, Sentinels are on the back foot. What do they have? They have Bang's ult. John has the op.
And Kata as well. We could go for this late flank.
There's been so many layers of these flanks. You're absolutely right. Just when you think you have one dealt with, there's something else creeping away. But Sentinels have been able to open this up. The lurk from Pancata took too long. They're trying to block the suck, and they fail, but now they're going to get a second attempt at it. Pancada again creeping forward. They know where he is now, but Bang's gonna stick the defuse. Sentinels will get to 4. What a mess of a round.
Textbook retake from Sentinels. Textbook flashes from Zekin.
In the half.
Nobody on the actual site from the side of Loud could see a damn thing on that retake that Sen just did.
And for as much as there was textbook, as you were saying on the retake and stuff like that, this was anything but.
Yeah.
That was the opposite of textbook. I mean, that was silly.
What a timing found from Tui's.
Yeah.
Close that quickly into the round. I mean, he took that timing off the rip. But Sentinels, they do snag that round away, and they're still in this. This time, heavy mid for the defensive side. Maybe anticipating a switch up.
They're all fighting here.
Yeah, I think they expected Loud to finally start walking towards that mid or maybe try to catch out Tui's.
Which is what they have been doing, you're right.
And also, last time that Loud played this map, there was a lot of heavy mid focus.
Wait, he's going in. Didn't want to leave Pancada on his own on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, but Doug, we've seen this story before. Sentinels on the retake on B.
Vinny popped his ult. It's going to buy a little bit of time. A small window for them to sink their teeth deeper into this site, into the round. Remember, last one of the half here. Ops on the hands of John. DG tries to turn the flash, and he's disposed of. Now the Nightfall will connect onto all members of Loud. Silence all over, and second swings back, side gets 3, and that's the round. Sentinels close out a beautiful half.
A great recovery to this defensive side of Pearl. It was looking so doomed. At one point, it was 6-1 for Loud. Vinny was calling circles around him. DG Zine was just having his way. But Sentinels staying calm, keeping their composure, and sticking to the game plan of what works, which is their retakes. It was put together why we're all on this team.
Deep knife tagging a couple. No rotations. Meanwhile, nice be damned. Unbelievable that DG gets that kill.
And the double dip, getting the 50 damage on the Bang as well. It's a speed up right now. Zelsis, he's gonna full commit to this exit.
Fearless in his approach as he continues to dance around and look for a second target. He does follow. Meanwhile, Sentinels crack the site wide open. Kalantine and Tui's left in a 2v4, and almost all members on the side of Sentinels are weak. They're battered here. That's one found. It's going to fall in the hands of Tui's. Again, 20 HP, 35 and 45. This is very winnable for Tui's.
The problem is,
if he can isolate the ones, if he can get them on their own, there's a shot.
but that's the problem. Sentinels are so good at not giving the 1v1s, and it won't even matter anyway. Bang takes out Tui's. Even if Tui somehow hits that flick, there's 2 more members of Sentinels that are ready to swing out, get that trade. But right now, Loud have felt the pressure of Sentinels. Sentinels, even being a man down right there, Zekin falls early. They just run it down. The trades were perfect. A big pistol round win if you're a Sentinels fan.
Sheriff for DG. Oh, that's aggressive. Vinny's got nowhere to go. He's dead.
Yeah, just caught completely in the open.
Meanwhile, they're trying to accelerate down B. Zelsis is ready for it. At least enough to get 1.
Yeah, it's a free A site though. Orb is gathered onto DG Zine. He's been hitting some headshots, man. Will get taken out for free here by a headshot. And this retake is impossible. Sentinels surely win this round. And pretty cleanly too, or at least we'll see. See what kind of damage Loud can do here.
As things stand, you're right. They're going to be able to carry 3 rifles.
That's the only benefit. Zekin's going hunting, trying to get at Yoru Ultimate even closer to being online. You imagine in the next round you'll see a much slower approach from the side of Sen. And a lot of damage being done right now. Tui's can get another. He can't. A lot of damage done though from the side of Loud.
Yeah, they'll carry 2 guns. I think it made sense to go ahead and send Zekin out with just the Ghost.
Yeah.
You're right. See if he can get closer to that ult, but dropping one of those rifles is certainly not part of the plan.
Yeah, this is the power of the Tejo. I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't really play in between the utility. You're either fully committed in or you're out. This time around, that classic against the Vandal, I mean, Zekin's going to get some orbs onto Zekin, but it's just going to be a fast mid approach. They're going to try to take this art space. There is a trip on the other end.
That dog did not detect the trip towards mid. So if they choose to go that way, that still has to be dealt with.
Trip hit, but full disrespect from Zekin. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's got his TPE back towards spawn, so he can do that. He can be this ward of sorts that can try to explore and find things out and then get back to safety. That timing was not great for him.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, great proactivity from Loud. That's the smoke. Smoke's completely gone from the side of Sen. They're making a lot of noise on this. They're going to get delayed.
Tui's and Pancata have a lot to do here. Tui's is going to go unchecked, isn't he? Drops the flash on the swing out. John's here to greet him. Pancata's able to deal a little bit of damage, but it's not enough. 3v3 here. They don't really have control.
Spike planted.
Vinny perched up in heaven. They're so paranoid of what's happening around the rest of the map. Kawanzin is having to use the drone from so far back in lane.
Does clear out all that space, but at the same time, Zelsis, he's put that wall behind. All eyes ahead.
Stun used, not connecting. Spike ticking. The need to accelerate ever present and growing with every second that passes.
It's not planted for them long.
No, they're going to have to fight through this. That's going to help. That's going to buy a little bit of time. Kawanzin has gotten it to half, but he'll pay for it with his life. 2v2 now. Zelsis on the swing, both off of it, and he cannot hold it. He cannot connect. Beautiful from Loud.
Really coming down to the wire. Sentinels with straight brute force running through lane onto that B site. Perfect trades. But that timing into A main really opened up the confidence, and you see the frustration. I mean, he was holding that the entire way through. What a close retake as well. Getting half there, committing your life for the cause.
Really good position. They're up around. They've got some money that they've invested, and their ults are starting to come online at just the right time.
This is such an important round for either side.
Yep.
You really put a dent in the economy either way, whoever wins this round.
This is a swing round. Zelsis is going to use his ult, or excuse me, Zekin. Again, going forward.
He spots them both. Pancata's on an island. He's done.
Oh, he's able to sidestep the salvos, but you don't sidestep that! Sentinel's able to push forward. Bellicose in their approach. Nary's hand gave him away. And they know where the other one is. DG having to reposition. Sentinels with a slight numbers advantage, but Zekin's so weak. And do they know where he is at TP? Now the dart out. DG trying to smoke himself off, waiting for the challenge, daring the swing, daring the bait.
No one's swinging, though. What a hard read.
Patience on, and Kawanzin swings into his death. DG's gonna have to do it on his own. He's gotten it down to a 1v2, and Zelsis delivers. We're tied again.
You cannot play in B site against the Yoru ultimate of Zekin. He does such a good job of finding out where the defenders are, and that follow-up utility. What was that, by the way, from John? What a flick.
Yeah.
The transfer with one bullet on it? Craziness. This is the power of the Teo Yoru.
The seat, no crazy pop-off.
Yeah, it's serious.
They're still in this fight. A position to take the lead. Louder on an eco.
Yeah. Jet knives should have been popped. Yep, there it is.
If you're Sentinels here, excuse me, you want to try to get through this round without investing any of those ults. You want to try to carry Johns and Zelsis into the next round.
You also want to play cautiously enough to the point where you do not give DG's in a first blood with these jet knives. You want to try to identify where he's at, maybe head the other way.
And it looks like DG's been let off the leash. He's by himself.
Yeah, look at the cautious approach right now from Sentinels. Though narrate.
Careful,
He's good
son.
at this.
He's gonna swing you.
What is that right click? What a fast trade though from Bang Dug.
I don't think the observer saw it. That was the one real benefit that they had, and that's now gone. Pancata feeling the walls closing in.
Yeah.
And if you're Sentinels, it looks like you're gonna get through this with success.
Only one rifle dropped as well. You still have 3 ultimates online and available. Shouldn't have to use anything here. And that really was the cue, though. As soon as you spot out DG Zine in mid, the trade, okay, that's icing on the cake for sure, but you sped up B. You have the whole site. You have the gun advantage. Now Zekin, he's already working towards another ultimate.
Enemy remaining.
Just 3 away now as Vinny falls.
And he's been so...
Oh, and they know where he is,
I'm
too.
telling you. Like, I don't know how... John is truly a master at this agent. How does he know?
He's quite talented.
That's such a far spot to shoot the missiles at. What a hard read.
The round will end without Kalantine getting a duel.
But he does save a rifle. Aho utility, all the fade prowlers.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of just get bombarded. But here's the change-up. It's that B long control.
Kalantine popping his ult.
No way.
And Zekin's trying to deal a fight and win it while getting away. That's bloody criminal.
And it wasn't pretty. But it doesn't matter. Everyone geared up towards that A side of the map for Sentinels. The furthest rotation possible right now. Tui's is truly on an island.
DG is starting to arrive at the scene, but this foot race looks like it's going to be won by Sentinels. And they're going to have to give up the space. I mean, they cannot fight here.
You can't. Look at all this utility.
So they concede the site to Sentinels, live to fight another day, and now attempt this retake with strength and numbers, and now those numbers equalized.
That's a good opening.
It's a different beast. Cosmic Divide invested, segmenting the site, ripping them apart, and now there's more they're gonna have to deal with. You cannot play back site. There's nowhere that's safe. Being flushed out from dugout.
Teo missiles coming online in 3 seconds, Doug.
And now the spam fight ensues. Bang's able to connect onto DG, but Loud's able to fight back. John has to be careful on the swing. Kalantine is there. Pancada's gotten it to half, and the missiles will delay, but the defuse will come through.
It is over.
We're tied again.
And you know what? The idea of John QT using that Armageddon in that pit area, it's so smart, but it actually ends up working against them on accident because it prompts the speed up of Loud, and the Sentinels players on site were just not ready. They weren't ready for the random aggression and the shots that had to be hit in such a high pressure scenario from Loud.
Certainly left alone here, completely set apart from the rest of his team.
Heavy focus on mid. It's a 1-3-1 approach from Loud. Maybe trying to play in the minds of Sentinels that that operator is towards mid. There was a drone instantly out mid. Really masking where DG Zin is playing. And you see right now from the side of Sen, I mean, they're cautious, they're worried.
This defense has been stingy. They have an idea that Zekin's there. The timing's really nice as the dash dissipates. Doubt. Now in for DG.
Smart of Sen to reclear mid. Late in the round. Understanding that the defense is probably pushed back already. Here comes the reclear though from DG Zine. Is he gonna catch out Zekin on this timing? It's actually narrate.
The knife
catches the timing.
The knife tagged him on the tower. They do know where he is. They've also invented the knife vault to try to push Vinny back. And now they realize they're getting closed in on the split is through. DG again with the op, still hasn't fired it off. Because he hasn't had a target, he hasn't had a chance. Continually pushed
30
back.
seconds left. Spike planted.
And that's enough for Sentinels to get the spike down. Now, the attempted retake for Loud is at hand. But how do they find a way in? They're not. They're cutting their losses. They're saving.
It's too difficult. Retaking with the operator.
1 kill onto Kalantine, and that's enough.
That's the type of match we're in. That's the amount
Wow.
of respect these two teams have for each other. And again, I mean, if you go for this retake and lose, essentially Loud would be
10.
losing 2 rounds in a row,
Right,
right?
yeah,
Sen would be at 11-9.
Right.
If you know, unless you get eco'd, but with the way that Sen have been playing, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So Loud saving those weapons, giving themselves the fighting channels have been getting for free, essentially.
Interesting here, light armor on a couple of members of Sentinels, and they had the money.
There's a TP.
Oh, there's a shot out from DG. Vinny joining in, and Pancada drops 2. The transfer's beautiful.
A complete massacre. And bang, just going a little bit too far forward. He was in his... Oh.
Big from John to find 2, but
Gosh.
when you're staring down 5, that's a tough ass. So we're tied at 10 again.
He almost connected on that third with the spray transfer, but yeah, Bang was too focused on getting that pickup smoke out or suck in that B connector, that street area, that he just wasn't aware that there's an opper here.
One enemy remaining.
Gorgeous from Pancata there. He's so freaking good, man.
But it really was Loud maximizing on the mistake of Sentinels.
This time playing towards Art. So that B focus that you were talking about from Loud, choosing to go away from it.
Sentinels will still use that reclear utility, or else they should.
Bring them down.
Very similar look from Sentinels in this round.
Vinny feeling a lot of the pressure, a counter flash to buy himself some time.
And there's that stealth drone.
Yep.
There's the pickup star. This time around, not getting picked by the operator.
Whoa.
Nice jiggle, but he needs to get out of here. We've seen him get punished too many times.
John doesn't have missiles, so they can't flush him out. Instead, they cut noise. An unsettling silence creeps over the site.
All 4 members holding that left side, waiting for the jump up. I think they have an idea that Pancata might have wanted to reposition to somewhere more aggressive because he's been getting decimated backside.
Sentinels are starving Loud of information here. They are not showing anything.
But the thing is, Louder willing to play retake on that A site. There are 4 members here. It's gonna have to be a flood, and Pancata knows. Here's the cue.
Where's the pop? Pancata on the swing, able to get one on his Elsis, the second on to narrate.
Last player
That's
standing.
3, make that 4. Again, a slaughter. Loud get to 11.
Pancata with the anticipation. There was pings out from Sentinels that he could be there, but he goes unchecked. What a massive round at the perfect moment for Pancata. And the spacing on the peaks was just not there from Sentinels to get the trade in time.
I mean, they tried.
What percent do you think that is? What, 50?
It's got to be more than 30.
70?
That's for sure.
This guy's been a monster. That dagger lands on a couple members of Sentinels. A lot of info gathered. A drone out mid as well.
But Sentinels haven't cared about that. That's not the first time they get tagged by that knife. B main, and they continue to push anyway.
But the thing is, look at how confident Loud are getting when that dagger hits. It's like they know that they're going A.
They're going to fully fight this.
No way, not again.
Stubborn, perhaps, in how they try to go about this. Pancata can't see a thing, and he falls. Zekin finds so much space, finds lethality. And with 5 alive, Sentinels thrive.
And this time, if you're Loud, you are trying to do as much damage as possible. Your economy is fine for the rest of the game. Sentinels, look at their money. If you can break some of these guns, if you could even get 3 guns out, you have a real good chance of securing an advantage in the future rounds.
Oh, how crippling and debilitating that would be. But it doesn't seem like Loud are interested in pursuing that.
I would expect at least Kalanzin to go for something. He's 2 off the orb. I mean, if he gets a kill and gets traded, gets the Sova ultimate online, and you're about to be at a tie. So not thinking too far ahead. We'll see if that Sova ultimate could have helped them in this future round, but that B hit from Sentinels. It doesn't matter if it's Lotus, doesn't matter if it's Pearl. We go B.
They like it, they know what they want to do.
And it's worked more times than not. This time adjusting the utility, Pancata getting completely flushed out. Sentinels are not falling for that twice in a row. They understand that with the way this match has been going. That was a dodge of a knife this time, by the way. Very intuitive of Zelsis. But they understand with how this game has been going that if it's been round, right? If they lose this round, at least they could still buy the next because of that light armor buy. Playing for the long haul.
Again, listen to how quiet the site is.
We haven't seen Zelsis take this timing yet this match. He might catch players lacking right now. Oh, he can't connect, Doug!
He's made a mess of the situation. Kalanzin's still alive, but so is Elsis. No harm done.
Goodness.
Meanwhile, Sentinels exploring the other side of the map. You've got DG posted up on a really aggressive angle in A main.
Yeah, Bang has to really, really wait. He needs these players in Art to take a lot of that pressure off of him. They need to draw. DG's in, but I don't think he's falling for it.
The Haunt didn't tag him. They don't know he's there.
I don't think he's falling for it at all.
Bang is patient with it. There's the op, there's the shot, and there's the kill. And now they know where he is, but they still have to flush him out. You cannot leave him here.
Look at the way he's playing this. Is he ready for Zelsis? I don't think he is. Zelsis, you cannot miss this one.
And he does not. Meanwhile, the rest of Loud are starting to push in through spawn. Off of the flash, too. He's fine second. John trying to do his best to keep them at bay at arm's length as he gets a second video on the trade, though, a 2v2 in this post-plant. John, again, the architect of these rounds, but it's Zelsis who puts the finishing touches on it all. Sentinels get to map point.
He may have whiffed in the beginning, but he made up for it. Oh boy, did he. Securing that timing on a DG. He's not missing twice in a row. And the full spray down on the players on site, thwarting any attempt of a retake. He always steps up when he needs to for this roster. And you can see full buys across the board. Sova ultimate still not online for Kawanzin, and it's fast A aggression from Sen.
But how far do they go? As it seems like the aggression was only intended for A main. Perhaps to see if DG was posted up with an op on that angle, but they find nothing.
And they cycled the orb onto Zelsis. He's one off. They're gonna go back B, potentially grab that orb as well. We've seen Sentinels do this B hit time and time again. And the only time Loud was able to hold it was Pancata getting a 4K.
They aren't even concerned about the middle of the map. I don't think they've walked in there.
They do not care. This is such a good call right now from John. That drone. All this utility should be spotted. Pancata.
They've got to know. Zelsis has his ult. They've got to know.
Gotta get out of here, man.
This could be the right cross that puts Loud away. DG's not able to use that op. Forced into lighter weaponry.
30 seconds left.
Pancata weak. Pancata dead.
Spike
And
planted.
again, Loud not still really allowed to play the round.
You can't save this time, Doug.
Kawanzin, one off of his ult. Keep a close eye on that. Air 8, trying to peek forward, trying to get a kill, and does. Vinny falls now. 3 remain for Loud. You see second, he's gonna go exploring. He's gonna play this really aggressively on the other side of the smoke. Spotting a good barrel, the snap is magnetic. Second puts them away, we're going the distance. Grew. But lo and behold, they're answering the call yet again. Already, DG getting active, taking space.
Off the rip.
Looking to push the pace. He's left with a headache on the other side. Meanwhile, there's a lot on the other side of the smoke. Is Kawanzin able to handle all of the pressure? They swing him, they know where he is, and he gets 2 anyway. Another ridiculous moment from Kawanzin.
And these are the type of plays you're gonna have to make if you wanna send Sentinels to the lower bracket.
Yup. And you need more.
The team play from Sen, it's just too good. You have to catch them off guard in any way, whether that's a trip, whether that's you being around a smoke, especially on a pistol round, which is so important in Valorant. Oh, Pancata.
Kawanzin again in a position to take a third, lands the dink, but that light armor is the difference maker there.
Tough luck, man. Zelsis, though, he does upgrade to a ghost off of that, so he could still do some damage here. The defense is spread kind of thin. I don't know if that caught him or not.
30 seconds
I
left.
think it may have.
Yeah, I think they saw him. The scan didn't suppress him or whatever, but I do believe they saw where he
saw
was.
him on that. Vinny in B main, he's having to jiggle back and forth, but the fight will be here towards that A site. Good tail utility to get some space, be able to drop down.
One enemy remaining.
Again, good night. I mean, if it's not Kawanzin, it's Pancata. Unreal pistols from those two.
Devastating off angle both times. Kawanzin alone as Sky in mid, getting 2 there. It's borderline criminal, but you just don't expect it if you're Sentinels. Why would a Sky be playing alone in a smoke?
Yeah, you
or
would, I mean,
around a smoke in mid.
Absolutely.
These are things that throw on QT. Second most
That boy likes
Tejo player.
Yeah, that boy likes his Tejo.
Yeah, DRX has literally ran it on every single map. A great nade. Dang, almost getting taken out by that. But an outlaw is found out from the side of Sen, so it was flushed out. Good reaction so far from Loud. Off of that, all that mid pressure from Sentinels, there was a dog all the way through A, and look at the minimap. Kawanzin is already flanking.
A spit at the feet of Vinny.
Uh-huh.
Cannot persist, cannot push forward, has to take a step back. Meanwhile, Sentinels now trying to take the fight out onto the site. Zekin's gonna fall. John will as well. And it's again a firing squad for Pancada. 4 as the flawless round comes through for Loud.
Pancada absolutely teeing off on that B site. But he needs to be careful, Doug, because if he's still playing in spots like that, when there's actual utility behind and weaponry behind, we're going to see a repeat of what happened on Pearl, where he just gets absolutely destroyed by all this Tejo utility, the breach stun, Omen paranoia. So yeah.
I think that's a fair ask. I do think they were eco frags, but he does have the ult now. In round 3. They're opening a firing squad onto Sentinels. There has to be some sort of response here, and it does not look like they can find it.
This is not the start you want if you're Sentinels. You've gotten caught off guard 2 rounds in a row now.
And this
Two of the most important rounds.
This one being the bonus.
Pistol and bonus, just not ready for the aggressiveness of Loud. These weird spots that they're playing in. Have to bring it back. That's a good start from Narrate.
He knows where the other one is, too. And taking heroics just to get it to a 2v3.
It almost feels like a must-win round right now for Sentinels to be able to have some play in this attacking side.
They clear the trip. They flash out towards heaven. 2Es posted up. Crosshair trained.
Can't get the kill.
And DG not far off. Meanwhile, Vinny's starting to rotate over, but the round might be over by the time he arrives. Zelsis in a 1v3. Now spotted by the Roomba. Having to swing his way back in.
30 seconds
Again,
left.
just so uncomfortable. You got the Roomba, you've got the dart. You know that the walls are closing in. Still finding his way onto one, though. Still an opportunity to pull this off. The swing is too wide. The shots are too clean. Loud get the bonus.
He was in the flow state right there. He was so aware of every single angle that Loud could be coming from. But it was the double up at the end there from Loud. That was just too much. And he did this with a Spectre on top of it, Doug. Like that's 2 rounds in a row where Kawanzin has gotten the most impactful 2K I think I've ever seen in a VCT map. Alone. Like long range.
Coming shortly.
It feels like it's getting out of hand, but Sentinels.
Yeah, and it's not because of their approach to the map. I think part of it has to be a settling of the nerves.
Finish.
A settling of the conversation. Again, multi-kills upon multi-kills.
I want to say he can't be stopped. He keeps getting 2 kills around right now.
Even in the face of the salvos, DG holds W.
Yeah, that was crazy. Let's be honest right now, that was crazy. Stepping in front of the salvos. I know they're on eco, that gives you confidence, but that's very ambitious. Very, very ambitious. Another 2K, I mean. Kawanzin right now is in the right place at the right time. And yeah, that time it was against ecos, fine. But he gets that Sky ultimate online because of it.
Way more significant than the Astral, for example.
And if he keeps finding these openings, these windows of opportunity, this might snowball.
My eyes are not on that. My eyes are on DG's op.
And we've seen him get posted on this since the pistol round, right? He was here with a Sheriff. That stun came out. Zekin finally takes down Kawanzin. No more shenanigans there. That's the Sky ult gone as well, but do they expect Pancada?
They knew. They had a really good idea of where he might have been. Zekin diligent with the flash. Oh, no. It's again a disaster. Only finding one, though. Zekin's got 3. Tragedy avoided, and now DG's left alone. Imagine they're going to try to get the op out of his hands after they get the spike down.
It's so tough, though, because your money isn't really all that great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're Zelsis or Narrate, you could trade off that orb. get closer to that ultimate. I mean, Sentinels have some really heavy-hitting ults that are about to become online. 2 off of the Viper's Pit, 2 off of the Breach ultimate. And you can really just use Zekken's ultimate in the following round to secure a free site. We've seen that recipe for success.
Right, between the Breach stun and then
Yeah,
the
it's
salvos,
flourished.
the salvos off of the Yoru ult. I mean, it's free.
I just feel like Sen are going to go to B next round.
And just pound the site.
Zekken's going to ult in. They're going to bomb the site, get an orb on Zelsis or Narrate, and then plant. Get one of those ultimates online. Maybe snag a kill on Pancata as well. Who knows?
Well, I think part of the conversation then has to become, are Loud expecting the same thing? And are there any adjustments they're going to make to counter that?
Yeah.
What? Okay, sure. Oh, the second one was worse.
Spike down mid.
Absolute B hit. And DGZ, he will be here with the operator, but there's so much utility that's going to be thrown his way. If he can somehow get a kill on top of it, it would just be one of the most ridiculous acts.
They're starting to manipulate rotations back towards A. Think about what they saw. They saw the Viper util and then the Yoru ult. But they don't really move off of this.
Look at how much space Zekken just cleared. What a great breach stun, too. He's just dead for free.
And now they're turning their eyes towards B.
Oh my
Pancata
gosh.
again in a ratty spot, but this time nothing found. Discipline out from the boys on the attacking side.
Zekken grabbing that operator as well.
This is huge too, because Sentinels are in a position where they can win this round without having to invest ults, and then you're looking at John's ult, Zelsis' ult, and Narrate's ult in the next.
Yeah. That was such an amazing Yoru ultimate from Zekken. He cleared out so much space, gave so much information to John QT. And that B Heaven split, the utility was on point. DG Zin gets bombed out, can't even get a kill in B main, and then he also just gets wrapped. You cannot play B side against this execute that Sentinels run. You have to try to disrupt or at least play retake. And again, look at these salvos. How does he know every time? He just, it's just in his brain.
Just barely off the mark too. And this time, it's a line posted up towards A, and that's where Sentinels are.
There's no armor behind this. A great stealth bot.
He's got to be careful here. He might get punished by this aggression. Loud wisely taking a step back. Kawantin again, stalwart in his defense. Tries to tuck tail and get away after getting one, but fails. DG's not able to get any of that off. They invested the 2 big ults that they were holding on to this round, and it's not going to find anyone, but it will create some space.
These site executes from Sentinels. There's really no spots left unchecked. And now the Viper's Pit on top of it. This is such a hard retake if you're Loud. You kind of have to hope for a miracle spam. All 3 players have to just start firing away into that smoke.
That's tough too, because they're all running Vandals. I mean, you're going to get spammed back into all of the Phantoms that Sentinels are using.
4 Phantoms.
So even with that, you don't really win that fight.
Oh, John with the jiggle as well.
There's one.
Last player standing.
It's just too tough. It's too difficult. Sentinels, again, crawling their way back into this match.
I think you got to give a lot of credit to John here. They were down 4-0.
Yeah.
Timeout was not called, so Kaplan was not a part of the conversation. John has navigated this really well to get Sentinels back in the game.
And to be fair, the rounds that they lost, it's not like it was the call that was bad. It was just a little bit of blunders in the micro of it.
Yeah.
Peeking out a little bit too early, getting caught off guard, not getting the trade on Kawanzin in mid. But they've done a great job to get their economy back in their favor after losing the pistol, losing the bonus. And now they've done a great job of using ultimates on key rounds.
Nice call, man. Really nice call. Nice call.
Again, a
There are
little bit
those-
of credit being given to the IGL.
And Daps. Johns have paired up a lot of this breach and DG's in behind it. And it kind of makes it obvious of what's going on for John QT.
Yeah, they've been attached at the hip, what feels like every round.
Oh. B haven't taken in the first 15 seconds. Bang, he takes some friendly fire, but he's got this angle.
A lot of friendly fire.
He doesn't care.
No heal to speak of either. So keep a close eye on that. Meanwhile, you've got Pancata, who's trying to anchor out onto the site. Tui's playing close by, trying to cut off any sort of rotations. There's Pancata on the swing, only able to find 2, but DG has arrived. The spike's still not out on the site. Narrate with the payload in tow. They know that DG's on the close angle, tries to flash off the op and does. So he's found safe passage across. Meanwhile, Zelsis has gone exploring. That's up really close by. What a shot from DG. And now Narrate's left in a clutch situation. He's got the stun, but he's been stunned himself, turning around on the flash, but still keeps his position hidden, only able to find 1. Loud take the round.
There's the adaptation from Loud. Not falling for any of that early aggression, not dying to those missiles in B heaven, falling all the way back, letting Pancata actually have a chance to anchor in the backside of B. And he played that so well, biding his time. I mean, 2 players not looking at him, he could have gotten that 3rd. The follow-up rocket from DGZ, and he might be the only opper other than Kong who goes for op plays like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the pacey rounds from Sen.
The op again in the hands of DG with Vinny close by.
I like this angle too. He's playing a more passive approach here. Something we saw Ye used to do on Chamber quite a bit.
Off of the flash, 1 has been cleared. A massive dink out from Vinny, but the shot does not connect from DG. The nade will buy a little bit of time as Narrate. Staying almost too long. Fight ensuing mid, the paranoia is out. And things settle as soon as they accelerate. But again, Sentinels not allowing Loud to get comfortable here. They push them all the way back towards B and then turn their attention A.
Yeah, this speed up at A is so good. Tui's, he needs to be careful here. He needs to play for the retake.
He's been cut off. How far up do Sentinels scale here? Choosing to wait. Meanwhile, you've got Narrate, who's going to be on this late lurk, and Kawazin was ready for it. So 1 down.
Spike planted.
Numbers the way of the defense, but the attack has already gotten the site. Ult now invested. Zekin takes a step back. Aggressive flash on the other side of it, but no challenge yet. They're straddling the wall. Tui's now having to push through the smoke. Power and numbers, they're overwhelmed, they're outgunned. John's left in a 1v4, he's gotten 2. Only halfway done on the job, and DG cleans him up again.
Jumping through heaven, lands another quick scope. I mean, if John gets that kill right there, he had the salvos, he has the Armageddon. It's infinite stall. He can outplay whoever was on site. That was Kawazin. But what good awareness right here from Kawazin, and then also DGZ holding Zelsis in heaven. These are little things that you do in preparation. And when it works out like this, it gives you more confidence that your game plan that you've instilled in this map is good.
Second 1 off. Meanwhile, Loud had plenty to speak of as well, and an aggressive push towards A main. Off of the stun, they're even getting a deep dog here.
Baiting out the Vipers, Molly as well right away.
Bro, you know DG wants to go.
A huge investment. Great use of the clone from Zekin. We've seen him get a lot of value with this.
Yeah.
Baiting out those Cypher chips that are on the ground.
Vinny has ult.
Oh my gosh. And the problem with that jump spot was DGZ heard it. So it gives him even more time to prepare mentally.
There's the ult. The stun too. Second with nowhere to go, and he still gets a kill!
So clutch.
And he's gonna be able to pop his ult, get away?
But the spike is dropped. He gets it.
It's still a 2v4 though. I mean, this is still really hard for them to convert.
He knows he has to even the score.
Second's gotta do something here off of the flash, turning forward, eating one of his own, and then TPing away.
But they're already getting wrapped. Look at DGZ in B main.
Yeah, the benefit of having the numbers advantage here. Again, the demand for heroics. Things slow down for just a moment as DG's creeping forward with the op in hand.
The timing.
The barrel of the gun spotted, and now position given away. They know where Zekin is, and they're gonna be dropping it on him. Narrate is close by, and he's dead. Much more to be found for Zekin. He's gonna have to ace if he wants to win this out. Make that 4. Can Zekin deliver? A fake TP, and now Zekin creeping forward. Quietly off the tap, too. He's waiting close by. He's sticking it to half. He's going to stick it all the way. Not able to settle the shots. He buys some time on the swing. And Zekin delivers for Sen City. The I-by-power ace. What a play.
And that wasn't just a clutch. That was a masterclass in isolating fights. He turned 4 separate 1v1s into his favor.
Unreal from Zek in the iBuyPower ace. Remember, they do a PC giveaway. It's the first ace of the week. Cold from the Duelist. Cold from the Duelist. Follow at iBuyPower on social media. Use hashtag UnlockYourAce for a chance to win the PC. Into the next round we go.
The implications of that 1v5. Look at the economy.
That was the spark they needed.
I got the spot.
You can't make it up. Sen now have a chance to even the score.
Rounds like that are what separate good players from great ones. Yeah, you know you're consistently going to be good, but there's going to come a time where your team calls upon you to make a play. And as you were saying, the economy is now busted. They cannot stand against this fight. Zekin fully TPing forward. Pancata and DG nowhere to go. They're done.
They're just mowed down. That Yoru clone.
I got the spike.
It's been putting in so much work.
Loud being pushed from pillar to post here. Sentinels will get to 5.
Yoru ultimate online almost every time Zekin has used Yoru ult in VCT, Sentinels have converted.
He's gonna get the opportunity at it again. The
Oh.
TP forward, they know where 1 is.
Get out of there, buddy.
The stun, they know. He's found a second too.
This Armageddon can take that whole line out.
He's certainly gonna try. Ult invested, Zekin on the swing. Meanwhile, DG's trying to counter back with an ult of his own. Kill's not found. Pancata's gone unchecked.
Can Pancata hold it down again?
Is this another discipline moment that goes again unchecked, unconsidered? Pancata's able to get 1. Now the suck finally spammed through. Pancata dead. 3v3 and everything settles on the map. John playing close by, utility out. DG's able to find wife Vinny is, excuse me. That's all it is. And with 45 seconds left on the round, they're choosing, they want to take a walkabout.
And it's the right play. Footsteps can't be heard from that far away. Running at the perfect moment. Yeah, there's some Cypher utility here, but it'll buy enough time for Sentinels to potentially get into sight, set up a decent post plant. Zelsis is 1 off of that Viper's pit.
Last round of the half, too, and again,
They have to get ahead of this if Loud want to win this round, because that Viper's pit is going to be so hard to retake into.
the triple delay. 7 bullets left for Zelsis.
No way he hits that shot.
Swings way too far out. Now he's left in a 1v1. Pit invested. Spike down. He's going to rush it. He's going to bum rush it. Not able to hit the spam. Switches to the second weapon, and Zelsis walks away on top. A 4K to get Sentinels to 6.
Clutch after clutch, Sentinels bring it back. After what was a terrible start to this first half of split. Players getting caught lacking. What good resilience shown from this squad. What a shot, man.
And then that right there, the finisher.
Not panicking when he's getting full sprayed down. He knew he had that in the bag.
On map 3 at half. Loud now on the attacking side. Meanwhile, Sentinels will be pushed. They'll be tested. We'll see what they can do on defense. Zekin is already really far up. There's a breach set up. Off of contact. But Narrate holding on to it. A little bit of spam through. Pressure applied. Presence made. That's all it is for now.
Dog up mid gives a lot of information to Loud that no one's playing in that vent area. That gives them the confidence to walk up this A ramp as well with the Roomba. Good contact play. Narek gets taken down very low.
Counter stun to buy some time.
Rotations are already coming in from the side of Sentinels.
If they try to head back B, Zelsis has a really good line here.
And Celsius, he's so good at anchoring these spots. He's jump spotting with a molly. It's going to delay a lot. He might even be able to put some pop shots into somebody that's vulnerable, get the kill.
Classic no armor. Bang has to take a step back too.
Look at that molly. So many members.
And he still gets a kill off of it.
All that damage. Pancata did get B main off of that though. A lot rides on Bang right here.
John is close eye, but he's been smoked off. The missiles are so good, though. Forget about taking the fight. The utility makes the difference. A desperately needed pistol. The way of Sentinels.
And that's the anchor we know on Sentinels. Bang. One of the best to ever do it. He holds these sight downs on Omen, Astra, whatever it may be, Viper sometimes. This time, the controller duo, they lock down B.
30 seconds left.
And Loud, they look distraught. DG's in, not even looking at Bang in that moment. You could feel a shift right now for Sen.
That shift has never really come through. I mean, the whole series, neither team has been able to create enough separation, really run away with the map.
This is their map, man. This is, when you think of Sentinels, you think of Split, how they've innovated 2 years in a row. Meta-defining compositions, meta-defining gameplay. Some info gathered.
He's got the paranoia at the ready.
What is that entry from DG Zine?
Oh, excuse me, it was a smoke. The spam coming through. Vinny now down. And this should be, barring something silly, a pretty clear and pretty clean rest of the round for Sentinels.
Yeah. Right now, Bang and Zelsis have locked down this B site. Cannot mess with them here. And that's going to play a factor in Loud's heads. They might feel like they're forced to go mid or A. And that
14-8 for the Yoru.
bonus round operator. Are Loud going to read into this, or are they going to get picked off for free?
There's one. That's about as clean as it gets.
And that was a similar shot to what he missed on Pearl, if you recall, on B long. This time he hits it at A main on Split.
Loud forced to take a step back now. Pause for a moment and reconsider the situation. Rethink the approach. Without their initiator, without one of their go buttons.
Good utility use so far from Loud. Yes, you're down a man, but still, they were able to push second all the way back into that screens area. They bought a rotate, but this is the problem. You're going to run into B again. Bang and Celsius have been phenomenal at holding this in the last 2 rounds. If you get shut down here a 3rd time, you're going to feel hopeless. Great molly to the late. Narrate has already cheated on over. He has that breach stun.
And the smoke too. But he gets spammed out. The question is now, how do Sentinels respond?
You kind of have to gamble here. Narrate, he
30
can't
seconds
really
left.
play in between. Leave Bang alone on the island. He's the man that you want there.
He just invested a paranoia. That was enough to draw some attention, and now calls coming in from either side. Loud are finding success everywhere on the map.
John's still here, but it doesn't matter. Pancata and the rest of Loud, they pick apart Sentinels with that slow approach. And honestly, a miracle kill into the smoke on Dezelsis. That opened up the entire map for them. Turn the tide.
One enemy remaining.
Pancata just too quick on that wide swing. Zekit not at he wants to play the 1v2.
All missiles are
Aggression this time from Sentinels, pushing out all that A.
Meanwhile, Loud is going all towards B. Zekin's the only one here. TP's to safety. The spit will buy some time.
Celsius is so fast on these reactionary plays.
But they're going to go anyway. Satcheling forward. A confident call to arms from the attacking side as DG has already wrapped. Celsius has nowhere to go. He's dead.
Heaven's not smoked, but it's only a stinger there.
I mean, there's a little bit of help coming, but the flank is being flanked too. He's just on the prowl. And there it is. John's down. A 5v3 now, and it's only gotten worse for Sentinels. Finny committing to getting the plant down to 3v2.
Planted.
Bang and Narrate forced to make this conversion happen, and it's gotten a little bit closer now. Still plenty of work to be done. Pancata and Vinny looking to keep them at bay. The stun connecting, and the shots do too. Vinny's now down. Pancata again put in a position where he has to deliver for Loud.
You still have paranoia online.
Seeing one come across, drawing the suck. There's not a lot of time on this. Off of the tap, the spam coming through. Nary has to get aggressive. He's got to go. He's only gotten it down to 1. Bang should connect. He's gotten 4. The defuse will come through. That's another round for Sentinels.
And another clutch. How many times are they going to do this map? Bang, what is the kill through the smoke? Just full on intuition spraying. And an overheat from Loud, giving 2 free kills on a free B site.
Last player standing.
That's something that's gonna be in your nightmares if you're Loud.
Just when it looked like Loud was finding a way back into this, they get shoved back. This war of attrition seemingly going the way of Sentinels now. And Zekin's in a really nice spot. Not triggered by the cage, but he's got to be careful. Knife out, one spotted on the spam, connects, tries to get away, but fails. The nade will push John back as well. Gonna buy a little bit of time off the missiles, and they've been segmented apart. DG's up really far ahead. He's got a stinger.
All the meanwhile, you look at Bang pushing all the way out through B main. He's gonna find this timing on Pancata, and he's patient with it. What an outplay.
Now TPing to rejoin his comrades.
And Celsius with this judge, he's just gonna be jumping around for his team.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They've got 2 rifles. They've invested the ult as well. They've already gotten out onto 1. Tui's is in a really good spot here.
Showstopper online now as well.
They've got the tools. They've got to look at them scatter. They've got to run away. They've got to give the space up. And it will connect. Celsius now down. I don't know how they find a way back into this. Narrate and Bang.
They've done it before.
I mean, despite their best efforts, though, it's got to be on Bang, and he gets dropped as soon as he swings. Narrate will get 1. It looks like an attempt at damaging economy now. No real chance to win the round, but some parting shots. Loud will get to 8. The money's not great.
And this is just one of the most unbelievable matches we have ever seen. Every single map is just a battle back and forth, round after round. Every time it feels like a team is just gonna take it and run away.
1 enemy remains.
The other steps up, huge. Completely broken, but Zekin has the Phantom. He has been getting a lot of first bloods. Getting this one would mean an upgrade, potentially in the mid round.
I mean, how much more can you put on this kid's shoulders, though? He's gotten 1. He's done well to get that far.
I mean, he might get more right here. He's ahead of this.
He's got his ult, too.
This is just duelist things right now.
This is danger. Sidestepping the stun. Turning the flash.
Dodging the nade.
Narrate is here. This is messy. All the potential to get out of hand. The flash timing is really nice. Zekin's not able to contribute here. Has to TP and get away, and does. A labored attempt.
He still has clone. He still has a flash. He can do some real damage coming out of spawn right here.
Off of the paranoia. Instantly dropped at the hands of the duelists on the other side of the stage. DG, who had gone quiet for a little bit, coming back to life. 2 weapons in the hands of Sentinels here. Do they go for this? That's 1 kill found. They've got a shot at this. 2 playing backside. They've got a crazy crossfire with 2. He's still playing back in garage. The smoke to try to isolate. You've got to be careful here. 1 kill found on the side of DG. That's 3 for him. Celsius tries to get away, but we're tied at 9.
Zekin just barely missing those shots in B main by a thread. His timing, had he peeked out even just a millisecond sooner, he catches 2 players not looking at him. That's truly what this is coming down to. DG, you're right, he's online now. He gets a 3K into that round. A 2K in the previous. He's sitting at 20 and 10. A lot of the success of Loud on this map of Split has been him stepping up, dropping absolute bombs on every single team he's played.
Couple of really explosive ults on the board here.
You are divided.
This is not a fake. They're fully committing into this, but they're going to have to deal with the pit. Meanwhile, DG's down.
What?
1 kill found, and there it is. The pit now down. The site now theirs for the taking.
What a great paranoia.
In the face of the aggression, they try to fight back. Bang goes aggressive. Switches weapons. Finny now weak. Spike's still in the hands of Kawanzin, but he can't commit to getting the plant down. He's got to help the fight Heaven. Oh my God. Quiet now. Kawanzin in a really nice position.
He's in a power position right now.
And they think the site is going away. They think the rotation's back towards A. What a shot from Narrate.
What do you mean? John, he's reflanking right now as well.
Pankata and Kawanzin with so much to do here. Flash in the face of a controller, make that 2. Trying to drop utility, but again, keep an eye on John's position.
There's no way Pankata is aware.
No.
He's not checking at all.
Patience.
Wait, did he?
Patience from the IGL here. Not fully committing, not fully swinging as Pankata goes exploring. Committing the ult, that's gonna funnel him out. He's gonna spot him, he's dead. A beautiful round from Sentinels. And they take the lead once more.
Beautiful round, beautiful answer back. And it's just shocking. Uncharacteristic of Zelsis falling here, but that trap play in market. Oh. Narrate. I mean, it looked like he wanted to full clear it in the first place. Does a double take, takes him out. Kawanzin, he made it out B main, but he was too afraid to take the risk. Go early.
It's 20 and 11 right now.
He's the win condition right now for Loud.
Whoop.
And he's fumbling satchels.
A little bit of a misfire there.
Those nerves are starting to settle.
Seconds are really aggressive up towards A. He's got the TP back elbow, and again, playing in the cage, but he's gone unchecked. Takes a step back, though. Feeling the pressure.
Wants none of that fight this time around. But instantly re-cleared by John QT. Stealth drone has been used. Proactivity now from the side of Sen in B main. A flash and an Omen teleport used. And I don't think this was heard at all from Loud. This is so much info gathered from Sentinels.
They're concerned. I mean, look at John's position right now. He was looking back towards stairs, concerned that they had lost the Heaven timing on B.
But these sight holds can be so hard to break through. You have a Yoru who can throw infinite flashes, it feels like. Behind that map area, you have Celsius with a Viper's volley to delay even longer for the rotation of John QT to come.
I wonder how long his TP timing has. Celsius spamming through, not connecting.
All this utility buys enough time for Celsius to get into sight. Here's the proactivity.
Tries to turn the flash, Zekin's able to connect onto Kawanzin. 13 seconds left, and there is no contribution from the attack. A flawless round for Sen City.
You just cannot break through these sight holds without baiting out any of this utility. But Sen, they're not going to give it to you.
And I think the economy's bad for Loud.
It most certainly is.
What a hold.
The setup was perfect. And the proactivity from the B players of
they're playing for OT.
And it's a hero rifle on Loud's newest star. But he's been getting shut down the last 2 rounds.
Letting Roomba do its thing. Not cleared out. Off of that confidence that they could take the space. Meanwhile, jump spots back towards A. They're feeling a lot of the pressure B.
Look at how quick Loud want to get out of there. They remember what happened to them previously when that breach stun came through. The Tejo missile crunch.
Meanwhile, they have decided to end A. You have a deep smoke back towards Spawn.
It's the right call, but Zekin.
And they don't have the guns.
The man of the hour, is he gonna get overwhelmed?
Trying to connect through, they're trying to find him.
He gets out, what a smart play, Doug.
They've given up the site, but they've lived to fight another day. They've managed to stay alive. Spike now planted. A 5v4, Narrate has ult. DG's in a really nice spot. But when is the cue for him to go? Keep an eye on Pankata on the minimap as well. Still playing back towards mid. Tui's getting swung on. Zekin's dead, looking for another, but he's overwhelmed. Now Vinny, stunned, cannot contribute either.
It is planted for Heaven. Zelsis hearing Pankata drop.
Remember, DG's the only one with a rifle. Pankata has nothing but a sheriff, and he's gonna fall. Banks gonna stick the defuse all the way. Sentinels get to series point.
Methodical retake from Sentinels. Zekin, he was flirting with the idea of trying to fight a little bit in that site, but as soon as John gets that pick through the smoke, he teleports out, plays the numbers game. That discipline was the difference. Great trading here in screens as well. And I'm sorry, DG's in, but there's no pings anymore to spam like that. You're left to your devices.
Op for Zekin.
Match point for Sentinels.
This feels like one of the biggest leads we've had across all 3 maps. What's the play for Lab? They have a rocket, they have Vinny's ult too. First one popped. DG looking to go forward, stunned.
But no one clears this.
They've invested more. John's in the discipline corner, and he's gonna go unchecked. He's gonna find everything. 2 kills found. Info on the 3rd. But DG on the counter. Still outnumbered here. DG's so weak, 12 HP. And Sentinels can slow the situation down. Off the clone, off the flash. Bang going backside. He's spotting DG. He's dead. Can Pencata 1v3 with Spike out of hand? The need for a clutch is paramount here. Sentinels were pushed. Sentinels were tested. Can they ace the final test here? Pencata dropping down. Look at this high-low setup off the paranoia. Zekin looking to connect on the swing. Pencata finds him. 10 HP, and that's all. It'll be the war of attrition goes the way of Sin City. They take down Loud.
The gauntlet that this team of Sentinels just had to go through. Loud pushing them to the absolute limit.